Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Hope you're all doing very well. Bernard, I can see a smile today. It's Monday morning. I can see a smile. City must have won at the weekend. And we did. We duly did. Maybe not as easily as some of us had wished for and hoped. But right now, after our run of results, 3 points is all that mattered. And Bernard, we're still in that title race. We're still in that title race, despite what the media say. Mate, how are you feeling?
It's out of our hands, mate. Liverpool win every game, they win the league. Simple as that.
Mate, come on. I come on here with a bit of optimism, and you've put the boot in straight away. It's true, though, isn't it? It's Liverpool's to lose. If they don't win it from here,
that's it.
Klopp out.
Only 22 games left. I mean, it's pathetic if they don't.
Get those hashtags working. Klopp out now. FSG out now.
We'll
take
it
in now.
We'll take it. But it wasn't convincing, was it, by any means?
No. Look, we talked about this last week in the preview. Luton are a very resilient outfit. No one's going around battering them at the moment. Yeah, they drew Liverpool one each.
I think dirty bastards is what we call them.
Well, that as well. But no one's battering them. Okay, Liverpool, fluked to 1-1 draw there. Arsenal fluked to 4-3 win in injury time, and they were losing 3-2 with about 10 minutes to go or whatever. City scraped through there. Other teams have gone there to Kenilworth Road. Is it still Kenilworth Road? Luton Town, and they've struggled.
The Kenny, they call it.
The Kenny. So they struggled. The Kenny Clements. They struggled down at Luton, and it was no different. I don't know what the percentages were. You'll know them better than me. Was it 20% possession Luton had? That's all they relied on.
No, they had more than that.
A little bit. At one point, it was 20% that I heard.
Yeah, I'll just. I've got it here somewhere. Just carry on talking. I'll get it for you.
It wasn't much. I mean, they had their game plan, and they stuck to it. They played it very well.
34% they had. We had 66.
Okay, that's actually pretty poor from City.
Yeah,
I would suggest, because in our Centurion season, we were battering good teams. We had better possession than that. So that's a bit disappointing. But again, it's what we talked about. Luton score an average of 1 goal a game. On average, they let 2 goals in every game. It's, pound to a penny that it's going to be 2-1. City can't keep clean sheets. Horrendous again. We just give up too many easy chances. We'll talk about bits and pieces of the goals and stuff. But let's start off with, we were a very different side to what you and I would have expected. And I looked at, obviously, Erling Haaland's out with a stress fracture of his foot or something. Pep has said he won't be playing this week. Well, he wouldn't have been playing this week in the Champions League group stages because we're already through. He won't be playing against Crystal Palace at the weekend. And he hopefully will be ready for the Club World Cup, which is probably a good thing that he'll be fit again, because some of these things can take weeks or months. So we should be happy, because we kind of rely on him, which is a bit of a worry that we've suddenly become reliant on 3 or 4 players. We rely on Rodri. We can see it, on KDB. We rely on Haaland. Now, in the past, we didn't do that, did we? We had David Silva with Gundogan. We had KDB, Bernardo, all these players. When we didn't have a recognised striker, we played with a false 9. We could interchange, and Foden moved around. Everybody moved around. We did it. If we lost one player, if we lost David Silva, we slipped Gundogan in. We lost Sterling, we might put Foden on the wing. We had that flexibility. And despite me saying it earlier in the season where we've got a lot of flexibility within our squad, we haven't. We've suddenly been, I think we've been exposed with some of the signings we've made. Not up to speed yet. And losing players. But we said we'd concede. So let's look at the goal they scored. Talk me through it, Bernard. Was it a great goal from them?
Well, I think I quite like Barkley yesterday. I thought he did pretty well, and it all stemmed from him. I think in the middle, creating his own space, and eventually went out to the wing. But I mean, it was just a brilliant ball in. It was a fantastic cross. Is it Townsend? Was it Townsend put the cross in? I mean, that was a brilliant cross. But at the end of the day, Edison, he's not the greatest at coming for things. And if he stuck Ortega in, he would have done exactly the same. He would have probably done what Edison did. I don't think Ortega would have come for it either. We've not got goalkeepers who'll do that. And there's not many goalkeepers in the Premier League will do that, in all fairness. But, I mean, Diaz, did he just knock him over? I don't know what. This guy was playing for Slough and Bognor Regis a couple of seasons ago. This bloke, he just powered it in. I mean, obviously the keeper, unless it's at the keeper's got no chance in those situations.
Yeah. I looked at what Barkley did in the middle of the pitch. Fantastic. He took 3-4 players out. Nice bit of skill. Put it out wide. For me, Gvardiol has to do better. You have to try and stop that cross. Townsend is looking to cut back and put that cross in. You've got to do better. I'm sorry, I'm not enamored with.
The thing with Gvardiol is, I mean, Pep has these players, and all of a sudden he wants them to be that piling up the wing, doesn't he? And they forget how to defend. They forget the basics of what they are originally. And Pep does this every time. And Gvardiol should be bedded in. For me, Gvardiol should be bedded in, concentrate on defending a little bit before pushing him up. But Pep doesn't do that.
We've got other players to do that. We've got other players who should be doing the attacking for us. And so I thought the ball, he allowed it a cheap cross. And I think too many players are saying, someone else will deal with that. And so the ball comes in. Diaz is there. Diaz is backpedaling. So he's got no chance to get a spring, get a leap. The other guy gets the jump on him. Diaz has got no chance. And then there's Walker. Now, Walker's seeing this happen. And he
was admiring it. He was admiring it.
He just lets it happen. And it's like, I remember, I'm talking about my old days, but this is 10 years ago now. Wow. Playing veterans football at 45, 46 years old. And I remember someone out on must have been their left wing. And I was playing left back, our left back. So they're left winger. And they had somebody far wide on their right. The guy I'd be marking. And someone was trying to tell me to go to him. Get close to him. And I said, no, I'm going to stand in the middle of the box because you know what? That's where the danger is going to be. I can see it. Someone might come through the middle. If I'm, the nearest player to me will be 30 yards away because all the action was on the edge of the box, on the side. And I said, if that guy can hit a 50-yard cross-field ball, remember the guy's going to be 45 plus. Okay, he might be 50, 55. If he can hit a cross-field ball for 50 yards over me, straight to that guy, I'll go and shake his hand. Okay? The danger wasn't there. The danger was if that winger had got past our defender, then the danger's there. There's no one in the box, or if someone's coming through for a late run. Walker sees it. He's just watching. Hey, good head, mate. Good head. You can see Diaz isn't going to get there. You've got to leave your own man because the ball's not coming to him and put that challenge in. Now, the fella probably would have still scored, but you've got to put the challenge in that might knock him off a little bit, nudge him a little bit, or whatever you do to give yourself a chance. And I just think we're not taking control of the situation ourselves.
Did you see you was marking him for corners? That Adebayo.
Bernardo, Phil?
Grealish was marking him. I mean, it's a good job. Aki was there. I think Aki was the only one, one of the smallest guys on the pitch, and Aki's the one heading away from Cole. He's the one we can go to. And all right, he got stuffed the other week. Was it Villa? He got beat in the air. But he's not a big lad, but at least he'll have a go.
He got beat by Spurs. No, but Grealish can't even mark your card, so I don't know what he's doing marking players. But it was another disjointed performance. And I looked at that team. I looked at the team we had out, and I just thought, wow, how many players? And this is no slight on the guys who are playing. How many players would you have picked in a proper City side? Now, when I say a proper City side, I'm going back to only a few years, even going back to last year. I'm not going back that far to look at our lineup, and I'm just thinking a lot of these, I'll go through the lineup as we get near the end, but I'll go through the lineup. Edison, Walker is not for me anymore. Gvardiol, not for me at the moment.
Don't get Walker's like that, isn't he? He'll have 3 or 4 rubbishy games, and all of a sudden there'll be someone we can't live without.
I don't want rubbishy games. I want a
guy. That's how he's always been. He's always been the same. Yeah, but he's always done this.
Why is he
me, I want Walker, the last man. I don't want him roaming up the right wing because he's a total waste of space. He doesn't create anything. I just want him in that back line to his pace.
No, I agree.
If there's one player on his own at the back for a corner or whatever it is, I want Walker there. I don't want him up. I don't want him up the pitch.
See, for me, I look at it and say Walker, Gvardiol, Kovacic, Grealish, even Alvarez.
You know, we can't really say about Grealish because he was a regular. He has been a regular on and off, so he can't. He's even though he's gone off the boil a little bit. He's first team really.
But he has. But you're right. He's gone off the boil because
Alvarez. I don't think Pep knows what to do with him.
No. But he certainly. It certainly didn't work. But this is my personal thing. I look at that and say Walker, Gvardiol, Kovacic, Grealish, Alvarez, 5 players, and you're going to look disjointed. We keep chopping and changing. We haven't got a lot of injuries. Not like Newcastle. Their excuse for getting battered. We've got 11 players out. Fine. We've only got 2 or 3 out. I can only think of Haaland and KDB. Doku as well. So there's 3 players. And if they were fit, they'd all be starting. So we've got 3 first-team players out. But it is a concern. For me, looking forward, I just want to beat Palace now. Just want to beat Palace. Get that out of the way. It gives KDB another 10 days to get fit or fitter, closer to coming back. When you say
KDB had been fit, do you see any difference yesterday if KDB had been fit in that game? I don't think there would have been that much difference. Because of the physicality of the game, the way it was played, I don't think. Obviously, he can provide something unique. He'd have
provided a spark,
magic moment, can't he? That we're probably missing at the moment.
I think he'd have provided a spark. I don't know how we would have set up, but he'd have done Foden's role. Maybe he'd have provided a spark. I think on his own.
KDB had been available yesterday. Who wouldn't have played out of that team yesterday?
Sorry,
who wouldn't have played yesterday if KDB had been available?
That's really tough.
Kovacic,
Alvarez. Kovacic, because with Doku being out, you've got to have Bernardo, Foden, and Grealish. I don't think there's any other option. I would have pushed Foden forward to a false 9 role, and either Alvarez or Kovacic misses out. For me,
I think Alvarez would have stepped down. I don't see some nice bits, but I don't think with Pep's found how to play him yet. Within a team that isn't performing very well at the moment.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. We stumbled past Luton Town. We're still in the top 4.
What was your score? Well, you predicted 2-1, didn't you? Or was it 3-1?
3-1. Come on, mate. I've got to. Yes, I would have gone. I'm sure I would have said 3-1. What did you say?
3-2.
Yeah. So I think we both. We every game you can't predict City not to concede.
No.
It's I've given up counting how many games. It's about 20 odd games now. We've had 5 clean sheets.
We just have to get the win. It was a different, as you say, they're no mugs at home. They'll probably deteriorate as the season goes on. It's still early in the season.
I think they might get better.
You think?
Well, you're going to only go 2 ways, but I think they've got that determination behind them. They are motivated. They're working hard for each other. They're not losing by much, and it doesn't take much to change a loss into a draw, or draw into a win.
What was Barkley? Was Barkley? Is it injuries with Barkley his main problem over the years?
Injuries and loss of form. Going to Chelsea was a bad mistake for Ross Barkley. I thought, and he just disappeared there. So I think it's a combination of injuries, loss of form, maybe getting a bit fat or a bit complacent. I don't know the right combination, But it's just
You certainly think looking at him yesterday, he's the sort of player Pep might have done something with.
Pep can do something with anybody. He could do. He could put you and me in, and we'd do something with us.
No, let's not push it. Come on,
mate. Thanks very much.
I am hoping to get a call up to go to Belgrade, but I doubt it.
Yeah, they need. No, I won't make that joke. It'll be seen as insensitive. All right, mate. Thanks very much, and we'll see you around Blues.